Membership means more with American Express Business Gold. Earn 4 times membership rewards points in your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, including eligible U.S. advertising purchases and select media, and U.S. purchases at restaurants, including takeout and delivery. What are you waiting for? Get the card that flexes with your spending every month. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
And I think for good or for bad, it's nice to be in a theater audience where you feel like they're like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in a place where everyone is torn up.
Yeah.
And maybe it is preaching to the choir if you're at Lincoln Center watching Ragtime, I suspect.
This is Dr. Andrew Rimby. Thanks for joining us here in the Ivory Tower Boiler Room. If you don't know, you can get all of our episodes ad-free on Patreon, patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room. All of Mary's True Crime episodes ad-free, video episodes ad-free from the ITBR interviews. Also, follow us on Instagram, please, Ivory Tower Boiler Room. I like to put a lot of exciting arts and culture clips from the podcast, TV shows, films that we've discussed. TikTok is Dr. Andrew Rimby. Long story, the Ivory Tower Boiler Room one got taken off by TikTok because it was too salacious and scandalous, in my opinion. But I might be just having an Oscar Wilde complex there, thinking, that I was causing such a sensation on TikTok. So please rate us on Apple. It really, really helps. Review us. If you're on Spotify, you can rate us there too. YouTube, please follow our YouTube channel. Please like the video, share it with your friends, your community. The only way that I can keep giving you all free, exciting podcast episodes is because of the reach of the podcast. So rating us, reviewing us, it really, really does help. Also, shout out to Sean, our intern, who, if you see the cover art, you see the edits of the podcast, that's all Sean. So amazing work by Sean. So I hope you all enjoy this episode. Hi, can it be? It's Stacy Wolf.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good
you seem busy, but I think busy is,
Well, aren't you busy?
I'm busy, but I feel like the day, it kind of just, I take each day at a time. I can't think of what's on the next day. I just have to be in the moment.
Yes. And is that because of the state of the world, or is that because of your personal things, or all the things?
Everything under that sun.
Everything under that sun. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. How many realities can we live in at once?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Are you teaching?
I am. I'm teaching Intro to Literature at Seton Hall. I'm about to teach an online queer studies course at Montclair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. What are you going to do in there?
Well, they give them some intro to queer theory, but more through different pop culture examples. So that's on my task. Is by Wednesday I'm finishing the syllabus. So, I'm kind of going to piece together
heated rivalry.
Oh, definitely heated rivalry.
You should probably start with that. Just
you're right
in there. Yeah.
You know what? That's a great way to frame the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I love to show trailers in my literature courses of films or TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, did you get it? Well, have you seen The Bride yet? Or what The Bride is?
Wait, is that the Bride of Frankenstein thing with Jessie Buckley?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I saw maybe an ad for it, but I don't even feel like I've seen a trailer. I don't know. I mean, but I love Frankenstein.
Yeah.
As a novel, but
fabulous. I just saw it yesterday.
Okay. I love her. She's incredible.
Well, and
Yeah.
I just saw her in Hamnet because it just got to Peacock. So Friday night, I'm on the treadmill working out to Hamnet. Um,
Wow, that's a mixed metaphor.
yeah, I mean, I was just pretending I was like in the bubonic plague streets of Tudor England. I was like, okay, keep going. But
Uh-huh.
that film was beautiful. Like,
Yeah, I have not seen it yet,
yeah,
but I love her and I loved the novel. So I know the movie's quite different than the novel, but I'm looking
is it?
forward to it. Yeah,
I
and now that
have the
it's on
novel.
Peacock.
I
Yeah.
need to read. Well, that's the thing is, I
Oh wait,
can't wait.
have you not read the novel?
No, I've seen the film
Oh,
first. Yeah.
it's so beautiful. It's
Is
such
it?
a beautiful book. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
beautiful
good,
book.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll like it.
Oh, I'll let you know when I finish. That's the thing is like breaks. I live for summer break so I can actually write and read.
Yes, yes. And thank you for sending me your article, which I
Oh
have
yeah.
opened but and just started reading it, but have not read it yet, but I look forward to it.
Oh, thank you, Stacy. Oh, and I was so
Yeah.
happy to see you were at the drama book or you're going to be at the drama bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paige and I are going to be there, and Jill Dolan is going to interview us
Oh,
about
wonderful.
our little book. I won't say not little in terms of ideas, but
No,
little
no.
in terms of its size. It's about this big.
Yeah,
Um,
I have it on my shelf. It's near my
yeah, it's fun.
Intro
It's
to Sexuality book, which is also one of those like
Yeah,
chapbooks.
I think
Yeah.
those books are really useful, and I think this that whole series, Approaches in Musical Theater, is a great series. And there's a lot of really good stuff. Ryan Donovan has a book about disability. Eric Glover has a book about race. It's either Eric's is either about race or about African American musical theater, and they're just these
Mm.
25,000 word introductions that are really useful for students and for normal people
Yeah, yeah.
and for academics. Just a kind of a crisp introduction to these topics. So yeah, we're
No, I think it's
we're
so
looking forward to it.
accessible. I actually have like, do you know that series that it'll be like intro to Marxism, intro to sexuality studies, intro to da 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 da.
Yeah.
I picked up one for sexuality and I'm like going to use that also in the queer studies course with Judith Butler's new book about
What is gender?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like who's
Yeah.
afraid of gender,
Oh, who's
which
afraid? Yes, who's afraid of gender?
I
Yeah,
love.
that'll be great. I think that
Yeah.
sounds
Oh,
great.
I wish I had gone to that Princeton Wicked of I wish sometimes, I wasn't that far. I mean, I'm an hour, I'm in Secaucus, so I'm not that far, but like,
It's
uh
close and it's far. I
yeah,
know.
well, when you go to Manhattan, you're like
Oh
it's
yeah.
close, but
It's
because
close, but it's
wait,
not that close.
you live near closer, are you in Princeton or are you close to Manhattan?
No, I live in Princeton.
Okay.
I actually live west of Princeton, so I'm even a little bit further than the university.
Yeah,
But
like
it's
Lawrenceville?
yeah, Lawrenceville is where I live.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
I love just the Princeton aesthetic.
Yes.
It's a
It's
very
a
fairy tale.
it's a simulacrum of college.
Yeah. I mean, have you gone to I think it's called Tipple and Rose.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so
Okay.
cute. Yes,
It's
it's very
so
cute.
cute. Yeah.
So cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Wicked, so where you were referring to the thing that we did in the fall,
The fall.
The Wicked.
Hmm.
Yeah, that turned out to, I mean, that was a really great event. My colleague, Diane, was in the original production of The Wiz, and she was also in the movie. She's a dancer and dance professor.
Oh, wow.
And Diane Harvey, she was so great. The stories that she told about working on The Wiz were fascinating. And then Sam Gravitt, my former student, who's now starring in Starstruck at Bucks County Playhouse,
Oh,
played Fiyero on Broadway for a while and on tour, and he came and talked about Wicked. And then my colleague Joe Fonseca, who's the head administrator of the theater program, is an expert in all things with the Wizard of Oz, and he did talked some about the Wizard of Oz, and it was super fun. It was a really fun evening and very rich and interesting. So it was good.
yeah. Well, I saw Sam uh when I brought a group to see Wicked and he was wonderful.
Hmm. Sam was so great. He was such
Wait,
a good
is
Fiero.
he the son of Debbie?
Yes,
Ah, I love
yes,
her music. Oh
yes,
my
yes,
gosh.
yes.
She has that Alan Menken album.
Yeah, she's
She
great.
sings like I want to be a rockette.
Yep, she's great. And
Yeah.
Sam is great.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I mean, we're kind of already going, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're going.
Everyone, this is
Definitely.
Dr. Stacy Wolf from Princeton University, a musical
Hi.
theater extraordinaire. But yeah, I feel like how did Sam did he bring any of his like academic mind to the character of Fiero? Like, I mean, I guess for his character process. Because I'm always curious about that.
Sam, I mean, Sam is just an incredibly smart, sensitive actor. So he took, I mean, I think actually most of the replacement actors do this with Wicked. They really try to approach the character afresh. At Broadway Con, did you go to Broadway Con this year?
No.
Have you ever been?
No, I
Oh
haven't.
my gosh,
Should
it's
I?
the best.
Okay.
Yes, you have to
Okay.
go. It's hilarious. And it's hilarious and it's interesting. So I attended a panel of four Glindas, one who's playing it now, and then others who've played it. And they were, I mean, I always expect them to be smart. They were so smart and thoughtful about how they crafted the character. And they talked a lot about how the producing team, the creative team, really wants each of them to make the character her own, even though,
Mm,
of course, there's all, especially when they're replacing, there are all these marks they have to hit, certain things they have to do, but they also want them to bring themselves to the show, which is very cool and kind of the opposite of, say, the Disney aesthetic, where if you're a Belle, you better step there at that time. I mean, every actor obviously is bringing their own stuff to the game, but I think with Wicked, they're encouraged to do that. And same with Sam. So I think anyone who's worth their salt as an actor will come in, will look at the script, will look at the score, will approach it afresh. And that's what Sam did. He just approached his Fiero his own way,
mm,
through his own intelligence and thoughtfulness and emotional depth and all that he brings to the game, which is a lot. I mean, Sam is really remarkable and also a truly lovely, lovely person. And he's very good in Starstruck. He's super funny,
ooh,
and he gets to play this really silly character and sing, and he's great.
yeah, I love what Bucks County Playhouse.
Yeah.
I have family in Frenchtown, and they're
Oh yeah,
obsessed
I
with
love Frenchtown.
yeah, yeah, they're obsessed with Frankie Grande's Rocky Horror, portrayal. Uh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
so yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the revival of Rocky Horror. That's on my
Yeah,
list.
yeah. Well, my colleague Jane Cox, who's the director of the theater program at Princeton, is lighting the show.
Oh,
So that should be super fun. Did you see Teeth last year? Michael R. Jackson and Anna K. Jacobs' Teeth
no, that
at
was like off
Playwrights.
Broadway, I
Yeah, it
think,
was at
right?
Playwrights and at New World Stages. Yeah, and everything explodes and falls down at the end. Yeah, Jane lit that too. So she's a really,
Yeah, yeah.
she also lights Brandon Jacobs Jenkins plays. So she lit Appropriate, where the whole set falls apart. Yeah, she's a
So
great
she
lighting
likes when
designer.
things fall apart.
She does. She's very good at making things fall apart
So we might have
with
that in
light.
Rocky Horror, is what you're
Who knows?
saying.
Could be. I don't know. I think Sam Pinkleton, he likes things to fall apart too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever else is going on, I can tell you it will be beautifully lit thanks to Jane.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
nice.
excited to see it too. I'm taking one of my classes to go. We're
Oh,
excited.
so nice. I mean,
Yeah.
how I'm assuming like Princeton, is it hard to like get a whole group together, or would you say
We
like,
just take
yeah,
we take our classes. So
okay.
we choose a date that works, and I would say for the most part, not all the students can go, and it's sad, but it's a little bit their loss. So we're very,
Mm,
very lucky that we can take a group to go. And I mean, we're very, very fortunate to be able to do that. And some
yeah.
students take advantage of many of those opportunities, and other students just can't get out of town.
Yeah. How many of your
But
students like, um, I guess rough estimate, have been to Broadway compared to those who've never been to Broadway? The spring season is here, which means there's a new issue of the Gay and Lesbian Review called Victorian Times, all about my favorite period of literature, the 19th century. And you'll see a rugged Walt Whitman on the cover and the dandy Oscar Wilde. Well, guess what? My first article is now published in the Gay and Lesbian Review called Once Upon a Time in Camden. It's the intro to my book, which looks into their queer literary relationship, but also Whitman and Wilde's homoerotic poetics, and specifically what Whitman does with male same-sex desire before the category of homosexuality even existed. Like, how did he even express this in his poetry? Well, you'll have to read my book to find out. Book coming soon. If you know of a publisher, let me know. I'm shopping around right now. But this Victorian issue is so special with the Gay and Lesbian Review. There's articles on Dr. Jekyll and Victor Frankenstein. I'm about to see The Bride, which I can't wait to see. And right, Guillermo del Toro's new Frankenstein is all the rage. There's an article on Monte Cristo's Women in Love, Tchaikovsky's Men. I love Tchaikovsky's ballet. I'm particularly an admirer of the Sleeping Beauty. One on Captain Cobb. There's film and TV shows reviewed like Heated Rivalry, Boots, Kiss of the Spider Woman, which, if you don't know, I had an episode with Jeremy Fox from the Gay and Lesbian Review, the managing editor, and Colin Carmen and Joseph Federico, and we talked all about Heated Rivalry. You have to listen to it. And Kiss of the Spider Woman, I keep recommending to everyone. It is an astounding film. Boots, I actually had the creator Greg Cope White on the podcast too. You'll have to listen to his interview. Also, if you haven't heard our episode on the kink issue of the magazine, it's really, really interesting. And the ethnography one. And yes, there will be an episode soon about the Victorian issue. So get your hands on the Gay and Lesbian Review. The digital subscription is really easy to get, glreview.org. The print subscription also, head on over to the website, click subscribe, use the promo code ITBR choice. You get a free issue of the magazine. Choose the Victorian issue, will you? So head to their Instagram, their TikTok. I love the Gay and Lesbian Review. I get so many book recommendations, TV show, film recommendations. One of the films that I can't wait to watch is in this issue. I want to say it's pronounced Pillion or Pillion. I think I made it French there, with Alexander Skarsgård. So enjoy your reading, everyone. And if you're reading the Gay and Lesbian Review, please reach out to me. I want to let them know, that you all listening to this podcast are reading their magazine.
This episode is brought to you by Cologuard. If you recorded songs off the radio for a mixtape, it might be time to screen for colon cancer. The Cologuard test is non-invasive, requires no special prep or time off, and you start screening right from your home. It's just 3 simple steps: set up, sample, and ship. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your doctor about the Cologuard test. Available by prescription only. Learn more or request a prescription at Cologuard.com/podcast.
On December 12th, Disney Plus invites you to go behind the scenes with Taylor Swift in an exclusive 6-episode docuseries.
I wanted to give something to the fans that they didn't expect. The only thing left is to close the book.
The end of an era. And don't miss Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, the final show, featuring for the first time the Tortured Poets Department. Streaming December 12th, only on Disney Plus.
Now that the spring semester is here, I am so excited to let you all know about a publisher, an independent publisher, that's celebrating 40 years of great books, called Broadview Press. I love Broadview Press. I have so many of their editions of classic literature like Wuthering Heights, which is coming out soon, and it's our book club choice. And they have so many academic books for instructors and for students and the general public. So I've had so many exciting guests on, from guests talking about The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, guests talking about vampire literature, horror literature. I'm looking at you, Jeffrey Andrew Weinstock, whose book actually just came out called Horror Theory. Look it up. And I cannot wait because I have two exciting guests coming on soon. And I've recorded their episode, so I know that it's going to be such an interesting conversation. The first is Rachel Tucholsky, who wrote a book called Writing on Fire, a fierce yet friendly guide to writing humanities essays in college. I've used excerpts of it for my Writing 2 course at Montclair. It has gone over so well. I just love what Rachel does, and we get into this in our episode about this metaphor about writing on fire, like how that's a great way to think about free-flowing, brainstorming, creative ideas, and getting into that flow state, which, as Rachel explains, happens not just in writing, but in many other avenues. And then the other guest that I have on is David Starkey, who wrote a book called Academic Writing Now, A Brief Guide for Busy Students. It is designed to cover the basics of a college writing course in a concise, student-friendly format. Each chapter concentrates on a crucial element of composing an academic essay and is capable of being read in a single sitting, which, you know, for a generation, myself included, I think all of us now, just consumed by digital media or just this attention-grabbing technology, reading in a single sitting is definitely a plus. So head to Broadview Press, use the promo code Ivory Tower, and you'll get 20% off every single book in their collection. There's also a really cool digital library collection they have. So if you're a librarian, take a look at that. Message me. If you're a librarian, I'd be happy to show you what that new collection looks like. And I hope you all enjoy your reading.
Well, when they arrive at Princeton, many of them have not been to Broadway. Many of them have not been to New York. Many. Most, I would say almost all, not most. I probably, let's see, more. Yeah, I mean, more, at most, as in more than half have not been to Broadway or not been to New York. If they take theater classes, they will go to New York. They sometime, if they're a theater minor or if they take theater classes, they will go to New York. Other students, I can't say. I don't know. I mean, you know, they not jokingly call it the Princeton bubble, and there's a lot going on. So it's very easy to get to New York. There's a little train right there on campus that takes you to the bigger train, but and there's a bus that goes also. It's really easy. But, you know, I'm sure like your students, people, you know, they're busy. They're busy. They're busy. They have jobs. They have school. They have athletics. They have their singing groups. They have all, you know, rehearsals, all the things that they do.
Yeah, they're not just twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah, but we do try to get them to New York. And actually, the day I'm taking my class to see Rocky Horror, we're going to go to the New York Public Library in the morning and meet with Doug Reside and look at some materials, some archival materials from Rocky Horror. So we'll look at the original production and some other stuff that Doug will gather for us and kind of think about this show. I'm taking my class. I co-teach a class with my colleague Solon Snyder Sway about revivals. So we're going to think about this Rocky Horror as a revival. And we'll go to the library and then we'll go see the play.
The Lincoln Center, I'm assuming, Performing Arts Library. Yeah. The one that has all... Wait, can you... dispel the myth?
Have you gone there? Have you done research there or taken
I haven't done
research.
Anything? I've gone there, like when I've attended the Met Opera.
Yes,
but,
yes.
I've always had this like thrill for knowing that all of the like shows have been filmed and that they live there.
Yeah.
And you can watch them, right?
You can watch them. Yeah. You can watch them. You just need to come in and say that you have a research reason. Although even now, I'm not even totally sure you need a research reason. But the main thing about it is that you can only watch once, and you I don't know if it's still this way, but the last time I was there, you could not bring in anything but the paper and the pencil they give you to take
Yeah.
notes
Like I'm
because
assuming you can't be like,
they're
oh,
yes, because
everyone, look what I'm
right.
watching.
Right. Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
you
no, no.
can't do that. I mean, they do their best to protect the
Yeah.
completely appropriate copyright of all of those shows, even though, as we know, bootlegs have changed everything. But yeah, and there are a number of smaller shows, especially that are in that incredible archive that maybe have not been caught on a bootleg, illegal
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really fun to go there. I mean, it's fun to go and watch something. I think it's especially fun to go and look at archival materials. It's just
Oh, yeah.
fascinating
Yeah.
to look at the notes of the creators and the receipts from all the different expenses and the debates that went on among them and the
Oh, yeah.
drafts of the score and the script. And it's so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, well, Tim Curry's Rocky Horror, that must be interesting to actually see from
Yeah,
the stage.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
So
I'm just excited for well, all fair, definitely send me when you're going because I'm just curious. But
yeah.
I just am excited to see how they start it because I feel like the usherette, like just the way they begin it is
Hmm.
intriguing. It's kind of like Pippin to me. I find the opening of Pippin is so like there's just some opening numbers that are iconic. Like the way that you do it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
important. You know.
Yeah, and I'm sure Sam will invent a new way to do it because that's his mode as a director and
Yeah, yeah.
choreographer.
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting to
Yeah.
see lips. I want to just see like
Yes.
everyone have like kind of like magic to do where they have hands instead it'll be all
Hmm.
lips singing. I don't know.
Hmm.
If that's what happens then it's a mind reading. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I just saw Death Becomes Her for the second time. Did you see
Oh,
Death Be
I have not seen it, although I've heard it's
Oh my
so,
gosh.
so funny and wonderful.
It's hilarious. It's one of the best musical comedies, Stacy, since Hairspray, in my
All right,
opinion.
I'm gonna have to get myself there, clearly.
Yeah. The Broadway lottery, $45.
Okay,
You
I will
get to
try
sit
it.
in row C of the mezzanine. It
I will
was
try
great.
it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah,
It's
I will
so
try it.
good. Yeah, I always tell my students, because um, cost is such a big factor. I feel like especially now.
Sure.
That I'm like, here's the Broadway lottery, here's Today Tix lottery, here's this, here's
Yeah,
that. It's like you kind of have to even standing in line for rush tickets, people get there 2 hours ahead of time now.
I
It's
know. I know.
yeah.
A lot of my students use the lottery too, and if they hit,
Yeah.
they just go, which I think is great.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
I didn't
great.
win next time.
Yeah, just try again tomorrow.
Exactly. It's nice. Well, any other revivals that are on your radar, Stacy?
Cats.
Oh
Cats
yeah.
Jellicoe Ball. I saw that downtown. It was incredible. I'm
Yeah.
curious what it will be on Broadway, uh, because
Yeah.
the setting downtown was so amazing. The way that
Mhm.
the runway worked and the seating on three sides. So I'm curious what that will be like on Broadway. That was really great.
Oh, like
And
Titanic. How are they going to do that on
oh
Broadway?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious about that, definitely. And I mean, the show I'm most excited about right now, but it's not opening now, is Ragtime, which I've seen a couple of times and we'll see again.
Yeah.
It's Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw the
It's
City
so
Center performance.
yeah, yeah, I saw it there
Beautiful.
too.
Stunning.
So beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah.
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 And complete incredibly relevant,
Oh.
which you just can't believe. The last
Yeah.
time I saw it at the end of January, people were, I mean, it is a heart-wrenching musical, and you are going to cry at the end of Act One, and you are going to cry at the
Yeah.
end. But at this moment, people were sobbing,
Yeah.
sobbing. It just somehow, well, not somehow, it's just completely and totally relevant
Yeah.
to our moment.
Well, and that's where I feel like how do you approach Stacy and Stacy's going to come back on with her co-author for
With Paige.
yes, with Paige, all about um feminist types of approaches with musical theater. But
Yeah.
with such a divisive country, feeling like I would say, in my opinion, 70%, want progress and are fighting for justice, and then the other 30% seem like it's a completely different world. That I literally, I'm just going to use this as an example. I don't usually call Congress people's offices, which I think, it's important. But I did call that one in Tennessee who just came out with like this very anti-Muslim statement. Dan Ogles, I'll just say it because he's the one who did it. I didn't do that. And I called his office, and the staffer was like, "Oh no, he believes that. Like, if you're a practicing Muslim, you shouldn't be here in America." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I was like, "Wait, you're saying this right now?" Like, I couldn't even believe that was being
Unbelievable.
said by the staffer
Yeah,
too. And
incredible.
I'm like, this is like the hatred of the other just really, well, you're right. That's what ragtime, it shows you about
Yeah,
America's divisions. This isn't sadly new, but it's
yeah.
cracking open.
It's true. And I have to say at this, I mean, it's really great that you called his office. It's good for all the opinions to be registered.
Mhm.
And I think for good or for bad, it's nice to be in a theater audience where you feel like they're like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in a place where everyone everyone is torn up.
Yeah.
And maybe it is preaching to the choir if you're at Lincoln Center watching Ragtime, I suspect. But I don't know. I guess we pull our pleasures and moments of meaning as we can
Yeah.
in these times, and still try to fight the good fight and
Yeah.
get out there and call our Congress people and do what we
Absolutely.
can, try to protect our neighbors.
Yeah, that catharsis is so important in my opinion, that like ancient Greek root of um the audience's response and interaction with the performance. And like, yeah, Death Becomes Her might seem just, campy, and maybe there's not a lot that it's going to change in a cultural meaning, but at the same
Hmm.
time, the whole performance is dedicated to the queer community, and it's like that matters. Like, it
Mm,
matters that the queer
mm,
community is seen from the beginning of the show, and
hmm.
the intended audience doesn't have to be sanitized. Like, that to me
Right.
is a powerful moment.
Well, and that is a political moment, even
Yeah.
on Broadway. That is a political moment. Yeah, one of the questions that you sent me for us to talk about with Wicked, um, where you said, are there any elements of the musical you think that are lost in the film adaptations? And the first thing I thought of was liveness. Those of us who love going to the theater and are committed to the theater and committed to live performance, however wonderful those movies are, and I think they are wonderful, and I'm so glad that Wicked exists in many different forms,
Yeah.
and I hope it will live on in many different forms. I just think being in a theater audience feels different.
Yeah. There's
And
nothing like it.
no, I mean, it's so cliche to say that and so entirely true over and over and over again. How important and wonderful it is to be in an audience. And I think, especially in an audience for a show like Wicked or Ragtime, or it sounds like with Death Becomes Her, that just knows what it is.
Yes. Yes.
It knows what it is. It knows what it's trying to do. It's incredibly self-assured as a piece of theater, and it knows how to grab the audience by our hearts and minds. And we're there. We're in it. We're with it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it doesn't have to make excuses for what it is. And I
Right.
think that's
Right.
important. And that to me is like The Bride. The Bride is not, Maggie Gyllenhaal's not making this to appease those who don't believe in women's rights. So it's like, you know, we need art that's unapologetic, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And the theater
Mm-hmm.
is the bastion of that. Like, if I could go to New York Public Library right now in this moment, I would want to see Hair, the original Hair, because I feel like
Yeah.
we're in that moment again of anti-war protests. Like, like what was that like for and I
Right.
think when they revived that, it was a hard sell because we weren't in that. I mean, we were, but it was a different cultural moment. I mean,
Yeah.
Welcome to Severed, a podcast suite dropping new episodes every Monday. Severed True Crime and Severed Paranormal episodes deep dive into murder, mysteries, and the otherworldly in a concise format. A 7-minute story to frame the case with thoughtful analysis and our usual banter.
We sometimes find the lighter side of darker cases. We offer 3 spin-off shows, Severed Strange Stories, Severed Haunted You, and Severed Serial Killers that highlight the unusual to lighthearted topics from the digital dumpsters of true crime, haunted universities, and the minds of madness like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer.
We are your co-hosts. I'm Harry Chambers.
And I'm Drew Hudson. Listen on all major podcast platforms, including Rogue Media Network and Radio Garden State. Follow us on Instagram at severed_podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
Are you a fan of classic Hollywood movies?
Are you a fan of queer cinema?
Then do we have the podcast for you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Christian Garcia.
And I'm Luke Del Mar.
And we are your hosts of That Old Gay Classic Cinema, where we take a look at some of the greatest films of all time and analyze them through a queer theoretical lens.
Let's be honest. LGBTQIA+ people have been a part of Hollywood since its inception, and this podcast celebrates those artists and entertainers of yesteryear while also taking a closer look at the queer-coded characters and stories in classic Hollywood films long before queer representation entered the mainstream.
So follow us down the road of classic cinema as we give you a guide to some of the films that touched our hearts, brains, and even gave us courage to be ourselves.
You can listen to That Old Gay Classic Cinema wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
All right, listeners, we're ready for our close-up.
yeah. Like, do you remember?
Yeah. And that's,
Hair?
I mean, I saw Hair when I was a little kid. It was completely inappropriate. That my parents took my sister and me. We were much too young to see it, but not in New York. It was a touring company in Baltimore, and I really don't remember anything about it except my sister and I did love the cast album, and we did do a tap dance number to the song where they name all this XX. And somehow my parents, it was the 1970s, so they let us do anything we wanted.
Yeah.
But it's fun. But I think, what you're saying about capturing the cultural moment, I think I taught company in my class a couple of weeks ago, and they did a student production at Princeton that was really excellent. But I was thinking about how some of my students did projects about marriage and what was going on in terms of marriage and women's rights in the mid to late 60s leading up to company, and how shocking it must have been to see that show because of the issues that it raised, because of how it questioned marriage, and also the form of it would have been completely radical and surprising. And I think it's hard for us to recapture that energy and that confusion also. Even thinking about West Side Story, and that was pretty, I mean, it was incredible, but it was aligned with its time, but also completely different than other things that were going on at the time. So I think it's interesting to think about what musicals become over time. What, I mean, obviously we can't recapture what it was like in the moment, but just to imagine, what would it have been like to see Company, when divorce was uncommon, or bachelor, there's a certain kind of pressure on bachelors.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there's some interpretations that, I mean, I saw the Marianne
Elliot.
thank you.
Mhm.
Production and the set, amazing. One of the
Yeah,
best sets I've
amazing.
ever
I know, it's
seen.
just so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that it was like genders were swapped, like it
Yeah.
brought different meaning, but you're right. Like the whole sense of Bobby in the original, like I kind of still think there might be like a closeted narrative or something
Oh, yeah.
going on there
Yeah.
with
Well, you
him.
remember that in the 1995 revival that they did at Roundabout, and then that was a script that got published. They added that scene with Peter and Bobby, where
Oh,
Peter invites Bobby to have an affair or sleep with him, and Bobby says, I can't remember exactly the lines, but Bobby says, yes, I've had homosexual relationships, but I'm not gay. I don't know exactly the words that he uses, but they added that scene to try to silence that narrative, which was
oh,
was and continues to be a really easy reading to do. But then, interestingly, they took that out of the licensed version because the production that my students did not have that scene, and
oh
the
wow.
students who were the student actors, or the director and musical director, and some of the actors came to my both my classes, and the students in my class who had read the other version immediately said, "What happened to the gay scene?" And they said it's not in the licensed production. And obviously, when a woman plays Bobby, everything changes. But it is really, really interesting, and in some ways, I feel like that revival of Company is almost a different show. I mean, it almost might be called Company Two or
Hmm.
Company something else, because um, it just becomes something entirely different with a woman playing Bobby, and relevant. Well, a straight cis woman, let's just say,
Hmm.
like a very
Hmm.
straight woman playing Bobby.
Yeah.
My students definitely had a lot to say about that. But yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
but I guess what I appreciate about it is that Sondheim was willing to work with her to make
Oh
some
yeah.
radical changes, that she's such an inventive director, and came up with a way to make this show different and newly relevant. And
Yeah.
he allowed that. That is very, very cool. That when he was alive, he worked with her and gave her his blessing to revise that show. So it's
Yeah.
nice. I mean, I think it's great to have two companies in the repertoire.
Absolutely. Well, and I love what you're saying about there's a reason why you're the eminent musical theater scholar because
Oh my
you
gosh.
well, no, you are.
Don't say
In
that.
my book, Stacy, it's like, okay,
Oh, you're
here's
so nice.
Stacy.
You're
But
so nice, Andrew.
well, I also just think that you're right. Like when I saw Moving Out, I mean, it was an Atlantic City tour, right? When Moving Out was like,
Yeah.
popular. And I think now, like, I've started to watch Moving Out, on a bootleg, but I
Hmm.
was so blown away by Twyla Tharp's choreography, like the way that the
Yeah.
story's told. It was so inventive, and I'm like, could Moving Out be revived? Like, would the audience nowadays want to see that? It is. You do think, like, does the audience have that attention to want
Yeah.
to just watch? I mean, I think there is an audience for it. I'm just curious, what would the revival look like in the first place?
Yeah. That's such an interesting question. And would you imagine a revival with that choreography, or would you imagine that concept with a different choreographer,
Well, see,
or that
that's
concept with something different
yeah,
altogether? I mean,
that's tough.
I love that show. I thought it was so beautiful.
It was. And, Jesse Green, who's been here on the podcast, he likes to put down jukebox musicals, but trust me, this like whatever someone might say about a jukebox musical, it worked amazingly well. And yeah, I wouldn't want other choreography. See, that's the thing is I would
Yeah.
want the exact replica, which isn't what a revival. I mean, they could do it. It's just
Yeah,
You
they
know.
could do it. I mean, there are a lot of
Yeah.
revivals that are more or less replicas.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
Hello,
that
Dolly,
would be
right? That was kind of
Hello, Dolly over and over and over
over. It's the
again.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, and also a lot of the revivals of Gypsy have had
True.
a different woman playing a different diva playing
Yeah.
Rose, which obviously changes the flavor of the show. But until this recent revival with Audra McDonald, it was pretty much Gypsy as it had been done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and even for a long time when they were doing Sweeney Todd, all Sweeney Todds were more or less an attempt to replicate the Prince production until John Doyle just ripped it up and, and tore it up and made it into something entirely new. So,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I feel like, and I've been thinking about this because my colleague and I are teaching this class about revivals, and I feel like there's a lot of room for revivals to do all kinds of things, and especially with a score, a lovely score. It's whether it's a jukebox score or whether it's a score that was written for musical theater.
Yeah.
It's really nice to just reperform things or do them the same or do them differently.
Yeah, there's a lot of calls for Hairspray to be revived, and I saw that.
Oh,
I actually saw again. Atlantic City was getting a lot of tours in like 2005 and 6, but
yeah.
since I was in South Jersey, it was just so easy. And, my parents were like, let's make it into a beach weekend. So, of course, I'm like, well, Hairspray's playing at Harrah's. We got to see Hairspray.
Yeah.
But then I saw it on Broadway. And again, there was a moment where we were about to enter President Obama's optimism and this history of like, body positivity, integratedness, those who fought against integration, making it into, the quirky John Waters commentary with his film. Like, I thought it all fell into place that, like, if you revive Hairspray, there's a nostalgia. And sometimes I think, I'm not saying it shouldn't be revived, but sometimes the memory is so powerful if you remember the original that everything else kind of feels like a pastiche. And that would be my concern. It's also like, oh, I'm getting older. I remember the original. like,
yeah, I think a lot of it depends on what audiences bring to the table. I mean, they're your horizon of expectations. Have you seen it again? And Marvin Carlson's concept of ghosting and the haunted stage, which we also talked about in my class, that every production is haunted by previous productions, and whatever productions you've experienced, your experience of the next production will be haunted by that earlier production or by all the different things that you've seen Patti LuPone play in, and then she plays in whatever she plays in Company, and she's haunted by all the other roles that you've seen her perform.
Very true, very true. Like, there's some actors who can camouflage themselves, like Jennifer Samard in Death Becomes Her is a good example. I saw her in Company. Like, I feel like she finds that arc of that but she's also playing comedic roles.
That's interesting.
But, you're right. Like,
so
when
you feel like she
Yeah.
disappears into the character.
I do. I think
That's so cool.
she disappears. And yeah, I mean, I think that when you reach the level of like being called a diva in a powerful way, it also makes it hard for you to not be cast as a certain type. Like, I could see also, if Patti LuPone wants to come into like a revival of Carrie as Margaret White, that could be tough for the audience to buy into it. Not that she can't do it, but again, I mean, there's also like really surprising turns, which I love. Like when, they, like, I was listening to Bob Zemeckis, who did the Death Becomes Her film, like say, I had Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn because I was putting them in roles that they didn't get to play. And like, that was actually what made it more compelling is following them on this journey of the expectation being subverted. And I loved that. I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny. Yeah, I had you on to come talk about Wicked. I mean, we could talk about everything. And you're right. There is, I was feeling the fatigue. I think for me, I loved seeing Wicked again at the theater, and I fell in love again with, I mean, I saw it in 2004. Kristen had just left, so it was I always just it's that I say Ren from Footloose, or not Ren, Ariel from Footloose. I forget the actress, Jennifer something. Oh no, Jennifer Laura Thompson.
Yes. Well, she was the second Glinda.
Yes. So I saw her and I saw Idina Menzel. But I was also reading the novel at the same time. So it was like just very immersive. And I remember we had talked about this when you first came on, but like Barnes & Noble had all the promo with the CDs, and it was like already a very product placement musical.
Brand. Yeah.
It was unique in that way. And I'm kind of, Gregory Maguire, I mean, like what he did, but then what Stephen Schwartz and Winnie Holtzman added on. Like, I think they really added that stamp of, this is the 21st century Wizard of Oz. Like, they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing. Yeah. And I think, I mean, in terms of the branding, Universal Pictures owned the rights. So there was, and I think it's not uncommon. It has not been uncommon for movie studios to own the rights to theater IP. And so I think there was already a pretty sophisticated branding machine ready to go for the stage musical. And I think since 2003, when it opened, branding and the need to brand has just gotten more and more. And I remember reading that when Phantom of the Opera opened, even when it was sold out for years in advance, Cameron Mackintosh still said, we are going to still just plaster advertising everywhere, because even though you can't get a ticket, we will keep creating desire to see this. And I think it's the same thing with Wicked, even when it's sold out. And I think it continues to sell out on Broadway. There's still a ton of advertising and publicity to keep that desire going. And for the movie, obviously, it was just even more than that. It was a millionfold, because it was a mass entertainment form where they're getting to however many millions of people at once, or I don't even know how many. I actually have no idea, but a lot of people.
But no, Pink and Green,
way more this in the theater. I know. I felt like
Pink and Green everywhere.
Every time I turned around, there was some kind of new product that I could not even imagine was going to be a Wicked thing, like cupcakes or stuff like that.
Well, and then it was so interesting how they did that, though, as a marketing ploy.
Yeah, as a marketing ploy. I mean, I guess what I'm happy about is, I won't want to say in spite of all that, but I still think the most important thing is the show and the musical, from my perspective, the show and the musical. And I think, the musical and then the film versions. And I just think it's a great show. I think it's such a well done musical. I'm so happy that it's been playing for a really long time. And I'm really glad they made these movies out of it and more people got to see it. And I don't know, I think it's a great story.
No, absolutely. And I think what also is great is the film, in my opinion, right? The film is geared towards a younger audience, in my opinion. The musical is a little like middle school to high school, I would say, or late middle school to high school. I would say the film is more like you could be in elementary school and not be scared. Like, I think it's more
the first one or the second one or both.
I think I think both of them. I think both of them together, like if you're just going to watch back to back, has the
Yeah.
same kind of audience arc as The Wizard of Oz.
Say more.
And yeah, like meaning that yes, there's like The Wizard of Oz, some remember Margaret Hamilton, scaring the shit out of them, and but at the same time they were able to sit through it. It wasn't like you're watching Ghostface and Scream, where I think the film does a lot with color that when
Yes.
you're in the theater of the Gershwin, even the time clock dragon, the dragon of the time clock, and like the opening is so gothic and dark, and there is a lot of possibility for more frightening aspects just to enter in through the lighting than the film, which is like brightly
Very
lit,
bright.
which was
Yeah,
actually
very bright.
that's my only critique is I don't like how bright it is. I'm like sometimes
Although
it gets bright.
although the beginning, I was rewatching the first one, and the beginning of the first one is actually very dark. That very first part where where the camera's coming over the mountains, and you see, I assume it's Elphaba riding off on the horse.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
so that's before we move to Oz and the flowers and all of that. But that first, I don't know, 20 seconds or something is very dark, visually very dark, which I had forgotten that the opening is dark.
Yeah. Oh yes, when Glinda's voiceover about
Glinda's voiceover, yeah.
like
But
pick
then,
the
it's
hat.
it's
Yeah.
super bright and saturated. And one of the questions that you asked was something about, what did the film do, or what did the film expand that the stage version didn't? And I think the film just creates these worlds
Yes.
that are so, and I think between John Chu and Nathan Crowley, the like production designer, the worlds that are created are so incredible. And how they built Chiz and how they had all those flowers, and whatever you can do on stage, you cannot do that. So I think what I really admired about the films is that they exploit what filmmaking can do. They exploit the close up, and they exploit the world making, which is so entrancing, I think.
Yeah. Well, I kind of consider it one of our first, I think it is our first like superhero musicals. Like I feel like
Oh
Alphaba,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really like I can see Universal Studios building the Wicked World in the theme park. Like I feel like
Oh yeah.
it's setting us
They
up
have
for
to be
the
doing they have to be doing that now.
oh
Have
they
they not
will.
already
I
have they
think
not
they
already
are.
done that? Have the Elphaba ride?
I mean, if they haven't announced it yet, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Well, and I know that there's gonna be another film. They just haven't really like,
Mm-hmm.
I think some are like, oh, is it going to be? Well, it can't be Son of a Witch, the next novel, because spoiler alert, Alphaba is dead. She does die.
Right.
But I do think they're going to carry on the backstory narratives of like them as girls. And then Gregory Maguire just came out with Elfie, which is like her
Yeah.
childhood. And then he just is going to come out with Glinda soon. So it's like, okay,
Right.
I see.
Yeah. I read an interview with Stephen Schwartz where he said that he and Winnie Holtzman are working on something that he calls an adjunct project. And in that particular interview, which was in November, so it was right before the second movie came out, he said something about this story is done. The story of Oz is done, but we're working on other things, and there's more in the Baum novels. Obviously, there's more of Gregory Maguire's work. So I think what excites me about that is that I feel like they are a formidable team.
Oh, yeah.
And I think between his skill as a composer and her skill as a librettist and her kind of her comic sensibility and his warm, she's very warm, but I feel like he brings a kind of melody. He is a composer, but I feel like he brings a certain kind of warmth, and she brings incredible humor and sharp observation and a sense of how people, especially girls, talk. And I think they're a really great combination. And I think whatever they make will be fantastic. But
Oh, absolutely.
whoever story they tell, it's going to be great because
Yeah.
they're an excellent team, I think.
Absolutely. And I feel like, the like even what your Change for Good, what you do in that book, and it's a musical where I feel you can apply whatever critical approach and you'll get something out of it, just like The Wizard of Oz. Like, you want a gender analysis? Okay, interpret it through a gender analysis. You want authoritarianism and how do you collapse that system? You're going to see that. Like, it's one of those shows where you can't do that with you can't do that with every musical.
It's true. It's
no.
true. But I think the more sophisticated shows of our canon or of our repertoire do that political and personal at the same time. They do the emotional as well as kind of the structural or the systemic, both at the same time. I mean, think about West Side Story. West Side Story is so, gripping and personal and romantic and terrible, and it also is a sharp commentary. Well, depending on how you read it, either it's a critique of relations in New York City, or it supports the white racism. It depends on the production. It depends on how you read it. But I think so many shows, and Wicked is among them, manage to do that at once. Manage to tell a story of humans and manage to make a political statement or make observations about the political moment. Ragtime does that too.
Yeah.
And not every show does that.
Yeah. Phantom, not so much.
I don't think Phantom really does. But but I think
it does
but I think it could. I mean,
it entertains.
Let's see, what would it be? I think if you said, all right, if you gave the assignment to your students, okay, do like a class, you could probably do a class-based reading of that musical.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the gendered perspective I write about in Change for Good, which is basically that the woman does nothing but sing beautifully for the men who fight over her, which is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate and very common of musicals of that era, late 80s. But Wicked, I think, holds both of those in tension, which is admirable. And I think both the stage version and the films do that.
Yeah. Well, and every time I've gotten to talk to Gregory, I'm like, I keep just throwing out there, your rights for the TV series is still there. I'm like, the more mature Pippin style Wicked could be out there in a TV series, you know? It's so astounding to think, wow, Pippin is definitely not for children. But I mean, some high schools definitely censor his adulterous, or not even adulterous, but his like orgiastical moments. But in its actual work, Stephen Schwartz, like, to see just how he can target an audience, I think is fascinating.
And what about Godspell? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote that, I think, when he was a student. Some of those songs are the most incredible songs in the Broadway canon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know. I could listen to Day by Day every day. I'm like, this is beautiful. And as we leave, another revival I can't wait for is Dreamgirls.
Oh, they're doing Dreamgirls. I didn't even know that. When's that going to be?
I think that, if I remember, it's going to be sometime. I want to say I should look it up because I don't.
Wow.
I don't think it's this spring, but
I would love to see Dreamgirls.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should see Dreamgirls together. That's my favorite musical.
Let's do that. Let's
go see it.
Let's meet in the city and go see Dreamgirls.
Yes, we'll return to Broadway, it says, in 2026.
Oh, that would be this year.
The fall.
Fall. Okay. All right, we'll go in the fall.
It says we'll be there, returns to Broadway. Well, we'll be there, Dreamgirls returns to Broadway. With a rainbow. Yeah.
Okay.
Directed and Camille A. Brown is directing and
Oh,
choreographing it.
yes. Let's do that. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I love her work.
Wait, Camille A. Brown.
She did for
What else
Colored Girls.
has she done?
She did for Colored Girls.
Oh.
She did.
Wow.
Wait, did she? I think she choreographed the revival of Gypsy.
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teen accounts.
Did you know your hair ages just like your skin does? The new Chronologies line offers luxurious youth revitalizing care for aging hair. It reverses the 5 key signs of hair aging: lack of thickness and volume, dullness, dryness, and frizz in just one night. Use the full range of Chronologies shampoo, mask, and overnight serum and wake up to visibly fuller, smoother, healthier hair. Shop the new Chronologies line at Kerastase.com.
Oh, let me look it up.
Look that up. Fact check me.
But I mean, For Colored Girls is a incredible
Yeah,
play.
she did the For Colored Girls that was at the Public. It was wonderful. Did she choreograph that, Gypsy?
Let's see. She's a 5-time Tony Award nominated director, choreographer.
She's so good.
Wow, she's only 46. I mean, that's amazing to be a 5-time nominated choreographer and director.
Amazing.
Oh, Once on This Island, 2017.
Oh, Once on This Island, yes.
For Colored Girls, 2019. Hamlet, 2023. Hell's Kitchen, and The New Gypsy. Yep.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen, right, also.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, this Dreamgirls is
This is going to be good.
It's going to be good. We're going to go.
I know. Oh, I can't wait. There we go. Okay, we're going to figure out the date.
But first, I'll see you with Paige when we do another
I know. I
conversation.
can't wait to talk about it. I mean, can you tease for everyone out there? I mean, the book's available, but
sure.
Which musicals do you recommend people familiarize themselves with as they prepare for our talk about it?
Yeah, well, the musicals that we write about are Music Man, Evita. There's my dog. I know you're ready for a walk. Music Man, Evita, Fun Home and Six. Those are the 4 musicals we do pretty extensive close readings of those shows. And I think that's, if you know those shows or if you re-familiarize yourself with those shows, I think you'll get more out of the book. That said, the book is really primarily a methods book. So in the introduction, we set up various methods for analyzing musicals from a feminist perspective. And what we say in the book is that we're not giving thumbs up, thumbs down. This book is not saying this is more or less feminist. This book is introducing tools, only a few tools. Obviously, there are many, many more tools, but introducing a few tools that can help you analyze musicals from a feminist perspective, any musical from a feminist perspective. So we try to highlight those tools as we go through each of the different chapters and practice. We really are practicing different tools on the different shows.
Yeah.
So,
the way it was always taught to me is you pull down in an eye exam the different lenses to test your eyesight, and you see what sticks, you see what doesn't work. And
that's such a great way to, wow. That's
Jan Valakian, my undergrad advisor at Kane.
Wow.
There you go.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's such a
I love picturing
that image. Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do. We're pulling down the eye chart.
I love it. Well,
yeah, that's great.
I mean, I can't wait to talk with you because I already want to talk about when I saw Fun Home, but I'll leave you there. We'll leave everyone on the edge of their seats.
We will definitely talk about Fun Home. And Paige
heartbreaking.
She was in a production of Fun Home. She played Helen in a production that my colleagues did. My colleague directed at Princeton, and that's partly why we talk a fair amount about Helen in this chapter. Partly because Paige played her, and we really wanted to.
Wait, the mother, is that right?
Yeah, the mother. Gosh. Yeah.
Judy Kuhn. Oh my goodness. Oh, that song.
I know. She just ripped.
And then Evita, we got the revival with Rachel Ziegler to talk about. I mean, there's
Yes,
These
we'll have a
shows
lot to talk about.
Yeah, these shows have not gone away.
No, they haven't at all. They haven't at all.
I mean, Six,
right.
Six, a show I haven't seen, but we'll definitely get into.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to, win that Broadway lottery.
Well, you should, because you should just experience what it's like to be there.
Yeah.
With all the girls.
I know. I want to see what that
it's
energy is like.
It's an anthropological experiment.
I like that.
To be at Six.
I like anthropological experiments.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with your class. I hope it goes well. Thank you. I'm excited that you're teaching this, and I would say definitely start with Heated Rivalry. And I hope you do include Wicked in your.
Oh, I will. Yeah,
okay.
I will definitely. I mean, I think there's going to be a little popular in there. I mean, Ariana Grande's popular, obsessed with the choreography.
I know, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
Okay.
Stacy. I could talk to you forever.
I know.
It's great.
It's so good to talk to you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
And I'll see you next time.
Sounds good. Yes. Enjoy the sun.
I will. You too.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.